of sweet and silvery snacks alongside hot and cold spread for cheese, wine and spirits. It's available on meal deals like
Just landed in Paris. I'm about to call an Uber, I think. I could make my own way to the hotel, but the journey is like an hour and 20 minutes, and I would rather pay £30 for an Uber than do that at the moment. There were so many delays. We were stuck on the shuttle bus for about an hour, and then we were stuck at border control for another hour, and my flight was half an hour delayed, so it is now 12:30, which isn't too bad. My flight was pretty early. My hotel is like 40 minutes away by car, and I'm going to get an Uber. I'm just hoping that this is like a good place to call it. Checked into my hotel. That sounds very echoey in here. The room's only small, so I'm staying in an ibis, and the room is very cute. It's very like stripped back as an ibis would be. I am leaving on Thursday evening. I am hungry. I haven't eaten anything today. Brought a coffee from Cafe Nero. Obviously, I've been up since 4 this morning, and it is now come up to 2. I spied a little cafe near here, literally across the way from the ibis, so I think I'm just gonna go there. There's also an Indian place like next door, so maybe we'll eat there before I go home. I think the plan for today, well, there's not a plan, which is great because I'm usually somebody who crams my days full with like a massive to-do list, so it's nice to just be free. I'm taking a week off of writing as well, and I think I'm going to take my phone, obviously, and a book to the cafe across the road and do a little bit of reading. And then I think that we're gonna find like a bookshop that does English books, because I have brought a book now. I brought Middlemarch. My bag was crammed full, and so inevitably Middlemarch, as thick as she is, has been bent up. Obviously there is no way I'm going to finish this book in 3 days. And I'm actually really enjoying it. I think I mentioned that when I brought this book, the bookkeeper said to me that you need a lot of concentration for this book. And I've been reading it at night, and I've been getting through it. Like, my mind has just been in a flow state. I need to stop using that phrase. I've literally run that phrase into the ground, but it has. Like, my mind's been in a flow state, but I didn't have enough room in my bag to bring a non-fiction. And so I want to buy one, which I don't know how I'm going to get it home. I think I'm just going to try and cram it into my suitcase, which is already like bursting full. But I'm going to find another bookshop and get something that's a little bit lighter to read. Just gives us an excuse to get out and about today. I just done my Bible study for the morning. It is, what's the time? It's just after 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go and get some coffee from downstairs and then we're gonna get ready for the day. I think the plan for today, well, let me get coffee first and then as I say, we'll debrief. We will go through the plans for today. Oh, thank you very much. For you. Breakfast. The plan for today, I wrote it out in my notes up because I'm just that way. That coffee from downstairs, we have done that. I want to go to this bakery. I know obviously France has a lot of bakeries, but there's a specific one. I want to go to Mamiche. There are two different ones. There is one in the 9th and 10th quarter, and then there's another one 3 miles away. So we're gonna go there, and then afterwards I want to go to this bookshop, this art bookshop that I went to summer last year. It is by this coffee shop called Bonjour Jacob. It's like in that vicinity. I went there and I brought a postcard as usual last year, but I want to go and get a book this time. Granted, I need to like take it easy because I haven't got that much room in my suitcase. So, and then afterwards I'm going to go and get some dinner. I'm gonna get some ramen, I think. I'm not sure where though, and then that is our day done. I'm gonna come home and do a little bit of admin. Granted, I'm not writing this week, but I have a few things that I need to go out across the week that I haven't scheduled or like organised yet, so I'm gonna do that this evening. I don't want to waste a day like in a coffee shop doing admin work for my laptop. But yeah, that's our day. I look so formal, but I don't have other options. My everyday bag, which can fit a lot in, but I don't need to like cram it full today. Phone. In my back pocket actually, because I can put things in my back pocket because my back pocket is concealed, and camera. I have a chocolate flute. There was nowhere to sit inside, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I was gonna go to the park, but it's still raining, and I got a chocolate flute and a croissant and a chocolate cookie. I kind of want another coffee as well, so I think I'm gonna eat the chocolate flute on the go because I can't really put that in my bag. I'm gonna put the other stuff in my bag. Probably gonna take that back to the hotel with me, to be fair. It's a coffee shop across the road. I might see if I can get a coffee and maybe sit outside. That cookie was insane. It was very doughy and just not too sweet. There was a little bit of sprinkling of salt on top as well. It was a very nice cookie. Anyway, I'm about to order some food. I'm watching some more Mohini vlogs because I'm in Paris and it just feels right. I'm craving some ramen. And I've realised that I can order Uber Eats to the hotel and just pick it up at the reception, so I'm gonna go and do that. Today was a very nice day. I did everything that I wanted to do, bar the park, because it was just too cold. And I ended up sitting outside of that coffee shop that I found that was close to Mamiche for ages. I was like frozen through it. I don't know why I sat there for so long. I was doing some admin bits on my phone. And so I ended up just leaving the area. I went to Bonjour Jacob for another coffee just to like warm up somewhere inside. Did a little bit more reading in there. But I got a book as intended. Let me go and get it. It was the first book that I saw when I went in there. It's a art collection by an artist called Gerard Garouste. Garouste? Don't know what the accent was. But I've never heard of him before, and it was the first book that I saw when I went in there. I instantly knew that I wanted it. And I did look around the whole store, but I carried this book with me. Sometimes it's best to just not overcomplicate decisions. I went in there looking for a book to bring home with me, and this is the one that I got. As I say, I've never heard of this artist before. Nicely done. They have a column in French and a column in English. I was assuming, well, I was under the assumption that it was all written in French, so that's nice. But yeah, I love his style of painting. I like the slightly indecipherable, ever so slightly open for interpretation style that he has. And I like the use of colour. I think this was my favourite one. That's new. So yeah. I was gonna get, there was like a card collection of Picasso greeting cards with like nothing written on the inside. You know how some cards get like that pre-written message and you kind of write around it. If I brought them, I wouldn't have used them for cards. I'd just collect them like I do the art postcards I get from galleries. But I didn't end up getting that. Anyway, I'm gonna order some food. I've got 10 minutes to get out of here. I just had breakfast downstairs. I woke up late, so I didn't get to enjoy the buffet or anything like that, but at the same time I wasn't hungry because dinner was like massive, like a massive bowl of ramen, so, which was really nice actually. They didn't include chopsticks, so I wasn't able to practice. But I've booked the Louvre for 12:30 and it's now, well, it's almost 5 minutes to 12. I'm not sure how strict they are with timings and stuff like that, so I'm gonna do a very quick face and get out of here. Okay, so I've done the face. This is the hat I want to wear today. I have worn this hat before on this channel. It is my grandma's hat. Trends obviously come back around because this hat is like, this hat has got to be older than 20 years old. And obviously this hat is having a little bit of a comeback this winter. For a lip, I'm just gonna line my lip. Oh, the brown eyeliner I used in my waterline. I'm just going to put the earrings I put in yesterday because you can't really see them, so I don't feel like I need to make like a statement choice, if that phrase makes sense. Alright, quick, like full fit. Yeah, okay, let's go. and find someone to get a coffee. I'm not hungry just yet, but I do want to like figure out what I'm doing later. I ordered a coffee. I got it with soy milk because they didn't have oats, which isn't surprising, but I'm looking at a restaurant. I'm so annoyed. I found a restaurant that I wanted to try that does traditional French food called the Brasserie Lip, and they had a 7 o'clock reservation, but I took too long to book it, and now they've only got one at 9:30, which is a bit late. So I don't know. I'm on TikTok, that's where I found it, so I might just have to do a little bit more research. I don't know if 9:30 is too late. I'm at home. At home, I always do that when I'm like on holiday. I call the hotel home. I'm at the hotel. We managed to secure a dinner reservation. We managed to secure 2 actually. They're both brasseries, and they are under the same like umbrella company. So one's called the Brasserie Rosie and one's called the Brasserie Rosie Lou. The Brasserie Rosie Lou was booked up for the time that I wanted, so they put me on the waiting list, and then I booked the Brasserie Rosie, and they had their 7 o'clock slot. And then the Brasserie Rosie Lou got back in touch and said that they also had a 7 o'clock slot. So I can choose between the 2, but I'm gonna go with the Brasserie Rosie because it's closer and I prefer the menu. They both do traditional like classic French food, which is what I wanted. Anyway, I'm just here touching, I keep putting my head out short, sorry. I'm here touching up my makeup. I have taken my hat off. I've kind of like tried to zhuzh up my hair a bit. Because it was a little bit frizzy, but I mean that's my hair. So I'm going to add a little bit of eyeliner. Maybe I should like move closer. I don't know where my mirror is, so I've had to like take the compact from my bag. I'm going to add some eyeshadow. I want to add the blush sort of pink to my eyelids before I add some more eyeliner. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but it's starting to look a little bit different to me already. Can you see that? Okay. I've already got, granted, some brown eyeliner on, but I'm going to add some black into my waterline just to... Ooh, my eye's red though. Okay. The corner of this eye has been red like since I got here. I'm not sure what that's about, but it feels a little bit itchy. I'm gonna like wing it out a little bit. I'm not gonna add liquid eyeliner. And I'm gonna use my fingernail to wing it out a bit. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more mascara. The black of my eyelashes has kind of been lost a bit now that I've got eyeshadow on. I'm gonna add a little bit more blush as well, because that always seems to like disappear at the end of the day. I don't know if that looks any different on camera, but it looks different in real life, so. Cool. I'm gonna redo my lip. I have just gone for a lip that is pretty much my own lip colour. I have a little bit of the MAC lip liner in Chili and some lip gloss. And I have on, my hat. I've got on some shorts, some sock boots, some fishnet tights, and a red jumper. I'm gonna put on the same coat that I've been wearing the entirety of the trip. This is the bag I'm wearing this evening. I think it looks nice with the red. Red and yellow is a bit of an unusual combination. I feel like it doesn't traditionally go. I feel like it clashes at times, but I feel like it looks nice here. Okay, I'm gonna put some perfume on. I need to leave in 5 minutes. I'm gonna do a few bits on my laptop for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna go get the bus. 5 minutes till checkout. It is come up to midday. My flight is until 9 p.m. and so we're just gonna spend the day as if we've got like an extra day in Paris, essentially. My bag is also extremely heavy, which is unsurprising, and I still have my oat milk. I haven't had breakfast or anything like that. And so I'm going to go, well, breakfast is obviously over now. I might just see what they've got going on for lunch, and then we're gonna do some last minute pit stops. I want to see the Notre Dame, and I want to go to the Jardin Park. Doubling up on the caffeine. Ordered a croque monsieur.